Good morning, guys. I am Sandeep Kumar Reddy from Ingenious Competitive Training Academy. Today, we'll be discussing about the topic that is General Science Part 8. Already, I had uploaded Part 7 up to Part 7. Have a look into playlist. You will find a playlist named as ICTA Exam Papers. In that, all my videos have been uploaded. You can directly go through that. So, this is one book. As you can see, I am Navy retired, and this is one of the practice papers for the Army examinations, and Army clerk we have, as well as Army GD and tradesman book I have prepared, and SSC, GD, CHSL and MTS previous year original papers have been typed and made it. So I'll be discussing these papers. Don't worry, better take this book. And we have Indian Army, that is nursing assistant book we have prepared for the nursing assistant people. Next we can see that CRPF, ITBP, trade related, irrespective chef, washerman or any safai wala, all the trade previous year papers and exam pattern has been given. You can see this all in one book, so which is a pictorial one. You have to take it because one of the finest book for all competitive examinations, which costs 1300 rupees each book, and this can be seen as a usual Indian Navy examination purpose. And we have something towards Indian Navy, that is tradesman mate examination, railway police force sub inspector as well as constable purpose. One of the finest question papers have been made, and you can see here how exactly Indian Coast Guard related book, as well as we have SSC constable GD examination previous papers, and we can see that technical army related exam papers. Along with that, we have Air Force Y group also. You can see my background, how exactly the books have been placed. I hope this video will help you a lot. Let us start the questions, whatever we have been given. Plague, you know about the plague. We have a swine flu, we have a Ebola virus. All these things you must know. Plague is spreaded by the rat, swine flu by the swine, that is pig, and we have Ebola, that is from the bat. So here housefly, there is one fly named as CC fly. If it bites, then you will have the sleeping sickness. So there are various mosquitoes: Aedes aegypti, dengue and malarial, that is female anopheles mosquito. Dog bite, you will have the rabies, which is also known as hydrophobia. So all these things you must remember. Let us see next. Important natural source of light, we have the star, that is sun example can be done. Rest all it is artificially made. When it comes to the poles of two magnets will be attracted each other if it is north and south. Opposite poles attract each other, like poles repels each other. What is the sure test for the magnetism? If I want this to be a magnet, so what has to be done? I have to try repulsion test, not the attractive test. We have various electrostatic force of that comb. The small piece of papers get attracted. That is electrostatic force. It is not a magnet, but it will attract because of the electrostatic force. The same manner here we have for the magnet, repulsion is the only sure test for the magnetism. Now we have something called as chemical formula of H2O2, for whom, that is, we have hydrogen peroxide we used to use for the ear cleaning purpose. I used to use, I don't know about you. For the wound also you can use that. Next we have something called as typhoid. So water is H2O. Next you can see, I want you guys to comment me in the section, what is the bond angle made by the oxygen in water molecule compound. Okay, we have hydrogen and the bonding of those oxygen. What is the angle? I'm asking about the angle. You can just comment me in the section. One of the best question. Typhoid is caused by the Salmonella typhi bacterium. You must know. Vibrio cholera is that is cholera. Next we have something called as parity. Parity means what? Same or equal. So the centigrade as well as Fahrenheit are equivalent. Minus 40 degrees centigrade. If you put C minus 0 by 100 is equal to F minus 32 by 180. In that, if you put C value as 140 minus 140, then you will get the F value also minus 140. It means both the temperatures are equal, Rest all 37 degrees is our human body temperature. 98.6 Fahrenheit is our human body temperature. The principles of buoyancy, we know that there was a scientist who went into the swimming bathtub after filling up the water. Once he stood, all the water was half of the tank, so water tank. So in that, what happened, swimming tank, he observed that the weight of his body, the whole water has gone out. So then he found this is called law of buoyancy. So this law of buoyancy or principles of buoyancy or law of flotation achieved by the Archimedes scientist. Should know about Galileo Galilei. He invented telescope. Pluto, you can go through Pascal also. He is the pressure of the gas is identified. Water at 0 degrees centigrade becomes ice. Very important. At 0 degrees centigrade it becomes ice. At 0 degree centigrade it melts also. And let me tell you, the maximum density of water is at 4 degrees centigrade, and due to the anomalous expansion of water, the whatever aquatic like fishes and everything, you can see the upper layer is frozen, the rivers are frozen, but the down below, because of anomalous expansion of water at 4 degrees centigrade, it keeps maintaining that 4 degrees centigrade even in the depth also, until and unless maximum cold happens. But it doesn't happen. It's all nature's one of the finest thing. So because of that anomalous expansion of water, 4 degrees centigrade will be the maximum density. When it comes to the radioactive substance, we know that there is a radioactive substance that emits alpha ray as well as beta as well as gamma. I want you guys to comment me, what is alpha? Is it positive? Beta is negative? So what exactly that readings? I want you guys to comment me in the section. So here radioactive substance emits alpha, beta as well as gamma. The most dangerous, that is gamma rays, guys. It has most penetrating power. When it comes to hydrogen and oxygen, that reacts to form water. You know that hydrogen molecules H2O. I want you guys to comment me in the section, what is the atomic mass of water molecule. When it comes to the element used in the electric bulb, you know about it. There is something which you should know. In electric bulb, we have nitrogen as well as we have something called as along with the nitrogen we have neon also. So there are few things you should remember. Hydrogen is the lightest element, and the copper, which is used in lightning arresters. You know, on top of building we have lightning arresters with which any kind of like thunder, like any kind of lightning hits the building, it damages the building. In order to avoid that, we have placed lightning arrestor on top of the building. You can see the red lights on top of the building. That is because if anything goes wrong, then the building may damages. That lightning arrestor directly earthed to down below. So that arrestor is made of copper, guys. You can see on top of the Burj Khalifa also. Next we have something called as titanium, which is a very important bit. Already told this kind of bits will be asked, which is known as a future metal, guys. So this element used in electric bulb, so it's nitrogen, guys, because if you use not nitrogen, the electric bulb will not blast. So if you use other thing other than this nitrogen, obviously it gets blasted. Nitrogen is not that type because it's a cool down related. Next we have something called as founder of the element oxygen. You should know who exactly invented or founded. John Dalton, atomic theory. Rutherford invented proton. Thomson, electron. And Priestley is the one who founded oxygen. I want you guys to comment me who is the founder of hydrogen also. The gas is heavier than air. Let me tell you, oxygen, because of this heaviness as compared to nitrogen, we can see in the earth crust more than 46.6% in our earth crust. That is the reason we can intake the oxygen. The nitrogen is lighter, so it is in atmosphere it exists 78%, but in earth crust the domination of oxygen is more compared to the nitrogen. So that is the reason we can't get that nitrogen down below. It can be found upper below. So here the oxygen is the one you can see, which is the heaviest one. Rest all are lighter one. What color will be for the post mixture of the red and blue? Better know about all these colors. BGR, blue, green, red are the basic primary colors, and BGC, blue and green, that is cyan guys. RBY, red and blue and yellow. So you can see all these colors. If you mix BGR, basic primary colors, together, will have a white color. Next, the mammal with the gigantic nature. You must know gigantic means huge. You may be asked the questions like this. So the huge mammal is, the biggest mammal is blue whale guys. Rest all you can see. The biggest one of the national heritage animal, that is elephant guys. So you can see nocturnal animal, during the night time it start moving, that is bat guys. Ebola virus. Lactometer measures the purity of which substance? You know about the lactometer. The milk density can be easily measured, and we have something called as different purity. You should know about that. If I say gold purity, then you should use that carat meter. We have something called as biology. Study of living beings is known as biology. I'll just tell you, the study of the birds is known as ornithology. The skeletal system, what we have, that is anatomy. Now we have something called as tissues. I want you guys to comment me the study of tissues is what. Chikungunya is spreaded due to the Aedes aegypti. As you know that dengue and chikungunya, this occurs because of this mosquito bite. This is the one of the worst vector. It can be carried all these two diseases. With the rat bite, we have plague. Spider bite, I want you guys to comment me what exactly the disease be caused by the spider bite. Flies, we know that sleeping sickness disorder you can observe. In which part of the atmosphere ozone layer is found? There are different layers: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere. There are thermosphere. Different layers are there. So there initially we can see the troposphere and then stratosphere. Let me tell you, in this stratosphere we have ozone layer guys, and I want you guys to comment me in which layer aeroplanes travel. I want you guys to comment. Next, there is the thermosphere, which is helpful for the reflection of radio waves. Which of the following metal is the heaviest? As I had told, we used ink pen. Before we used to have the ink pen. In that ink pen, what happens is, there is a metal. You can see, to write the pen, there is a nib ahead. That nib itself, the whole weight pen is, half of the weight will be that nib only. That nib is osmium. That is the heaviest metal guys. When it comes to silver, one of the finest conductivity in that. Copper, maximum we use in domestic wirings, and we use in lightning arresters. And you can see the free nature element, that is gold guys. You will find in free nature. The following metal is liquid at ordinary temperature. We knew that we have a earth, like room temperature. We have mercury guys. Rest, lead is used in which place? Lead is used in pencils. We call graphite or lead pencils. Next we have something called as bronze, copper and tin mixture, that is alloy. Copper as well as tin will be there in bronze. Next we have the bulletproof jackets are made of. Teflon is a coating on the utensils. Polystyrene, you can give the polystyrene use. That is the reason I told you to take the all-in-one book. In that everything is given. So here bulletproof jackets have been made of Kevlar, which is also known as polyamide guys. The marsh gas is a methane gas, and it is also known as biogas. Normally, because of this gas only, in mines you can see the blast occasionally. When it comes to the butane, you will find this butane in gas cylinders. Normally the nitrogen will fill in electric bulbs. Acetylene, the chemical formula of acetylene is C2H2. I want you guys to comment. You should know about alkanes, alkenes, alkynes, CnH2n, CnH2n plus 2, CnH2n minus 2. So this is one thing you should remember. So here acetylene is the one which is used in cutting of welding things. The procedure to be adopted for the treatment of cancer cure, that is known as chemotherapy. Normally cobalt 60 is used for that. Next we have EEG, electroencephalogram, for the mind reading purpose, any problem in brain. Laparoscopy and endoscopy. There are different therapies in surgical procedure. You should know about them. The acid present in the apple, that is malic acid guys. Tannic acid in tea you will find. Salicylic acid, I want you guys to comment me, and fumaric acid where exactly exist. These two things I want you guys to comment me. When it comes to methanoic acid, that is scorpion bite. Formic acid, the ant named as formica, in that you will find formic acid. Acetic acid in vinegar, and we have different acids. You should remember each and every acid. When it comes to oxalic acid, you will find palak maximum. Because of that only oxalic crystals will have the kidneys in your kidney stones, which is the main diagnosis for the kidney failure. The rays with the neutral charge, that is, let me tell you guys, the gamma rays has got the neutral charge, and alpha and beta. Alpha is positive and beta is negative. So this is one thing you should remember. In the neutral, that is gamma, the most penetrating power also it has got. The position of the moon blocks out the center of the sun, leaving a glowing ring called the ring of fire. You can see annular eclipse. In that annular eclipse, what happens is the sun will be there. Around we have a lighting, it's like a ring type. So that is complete solar eclipse, we call it as. So that is annular eclipse guys. So you can see the ring outside. That is one of the finest. You can just have a look into like YouTube, or you can see in Google, where you can see the exact picture. There are different stages. Initially it comes partial solar eclipse, then annular, like that. Okay, next we have something called as, which are the following are the explosives. You know about trinitrotoluene, trinitrobenzene, like explosive RDX. All are explosives guys. The reagent of Fehling is used to detect the sugar level in which test? That is urine test. You know that in urine test we use Fehling solution, with which it can be identified whether the content of the sugar level is high or low. We have ELISA test, which is used for the AIDS recognition purpose. We have Vidal test for the identification of typhoid. RT-PCR for COVID. There are various tests you must remember, and I want you guys to comment me whether we have a TB or not, what type of test has to be done. The purest form of magnets, we can see from the wrought iron we obtain those kind of purest magnets. We have hard steel, that is one of the soft iron guys. Rest all ferromagnetic substances, they attract each other, they attract magnets very faster, like iron. When it comes to blue vitriol guys, it's very important. Copper sulfate, CuSO4, is known as blue vitriol. There are green vitriol also. I want you guys to comment me what is green vitriol. When it comes to brine, it is a sodium chloride, that is common salt guys. Rest, I want you guys to comment what is the chemical name of calcium hypochlorite. The chemical formula of slacked lime, which is known as calcium hydroxide, which is a slacked lime guys. And you know about sodium carbonate, NaCO3, and there is one more, NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate, which is used in baking soda. Here the sodium carbonate is washing soda. When it comes to caustic soda, NaOH taken twice. So this is one thing you should know. Silver nitrate, AgNO3, mercuric sulfide, HGS. So all these chemical formulas are very important. The elements arranged in periodic table as row wise, known as periods. There are groups and period. Row wise is periods, column wise is groups. And we have lanthanides and actinides also. You can directly go through the periodic table topic once. The potential of hydrogen, that is pH value of sodium hydroxide, it has been asked. You know that caustic soda is sodium hydroxide. The most basicity and the most acidity you will find in HCl 0, neutral is 7, that is distilled water, and we have the something called as 14, that is sodium hydroxide. If I say what is the pH value of blood, I want you guys to comment me in the section. The process in which glucose is converted into pyruvic acid. That is the reason I told you to take all-in-one book. In that, saliva of our saliva, human saliva, or you can see the tears, pH value, and everything you have in that, you should better prepare. So the process of converting glucose is converted into pyruvic acid. This process is known as glycolysis. When it's come to fermentation process, it's like example of milk into curd. Metamorphism, making coal into diamond, is known as metamorphism. Hydrogenation process, you know that vanaspati ghee is converted into vanaspati oil into ghee. Next we have the parity of centigrade and temperature. As I told, negative form of 40 and 0 degree is the starting figure of centigrade. Nyctalophia, which is also known as night blindness, it occurs due to the inadequate intake of retinol, that is vitamin A, cyanocobalamin, vitamin 12, that is vitamin B12, naphthoquinone, vitamin K, tocopherol, vitamin E. So these are the few things you should remember. Which part of the body be affected by the bacterium that is known as Salmonella typhi. So it is typhoid you will get. With that you will have the problem in intestines. Immunity is related problem, that is AIDS guys. Limbs is polio. Throat is thyroid guys. Should know all these things. The enzymes ptyalin and amylase is found in saliva guys. In stomach we have hydrochloric acid, and we can see amylase enzyme in stomach. Thyroid gland also we can find goiter, and iodine deficiency leads to goiter. Dentine, you can see the outer layer of the teeth is known as dentine, that is made of calcium phosphate guys. Rest all you can see. The instrument in which the light energy gets converted into electrical energy. Example, we have got solar cells, solar panels. So whatever the light we receive, we get the electricity because of this photovoltaic cell which is fitted on the roofs. So dynamo, mechanical energy we see in cycle. The more you cycle, the light it be. So the dynamo you can see in the bicycles. Bulbs, you can see the bulb has got electrical energy into the light energy. Thermostat is the one which maintains the temperature in refrigerators as well as in electric irons. The largest organ in human body, organ, it has been asked. Organ means skin guys. Skin is also known as jack of all trades. When it comes to gland, that is liver guys. Thyroid gland is the largest endocrine gland in human body. Last pineal gland is the one which is important for the secretion of melatonin. The time taken by the moon rays to reach the earth is normally from the moon to the earth, the timing will be like 1.3 seconds. When it comes to the sun rays to the earth, it takes 500 seconds because it's very far away, but the moon is very nearer. Even moon is not the natural star, that is the light which was fell on moon, then only that light directly comes to the earth. Heavenly bodies around the planets are known as satellites guys. You should know about this. There are natural satellites, there are artificial satellites. Artificial, what we said, natural is moon. Asteroids, you know, once the maximum asteroids goes into Jupiter, and let me tell you, the Jupiter has got the most gravitational attraction force. Because of that, whatever the asteroid belt is there, the maximum asteroids are being attracted by the Jupiter guys. This may happens to us also. This may occurs to us. If anything goes wrong, the asteroid comes and falls on the earth, then we'll have a maximum disaster. Parsec means parallactic second. It's the unit of celestial distances. Actually nautical distances. In sea distances we used to measure nautical miles, and we can see the speed of the boat is measured in knots, not in nautical miles. Next we have cloud density, octa, where VOKTA, and distance is meters or kilometers. The thin layer of the human body, you can see the maximum thin, it's not thin, I'm very sorry, the question is THICK. Thick matlab we have heel, this portion we can see thick layer, so near about 0.5 centimeters of that much thick layer in human body. Thin layer is eyelid, guys. So that is the reason if you have any heat in our human body, so here you will have a STY, small bump will come. So that is eyelid is the thin layer, a thick layer is heel, guys. Maximum glands you can see in the hand, arm, the palm. Psoriasis, you know that it is normally occurs for the skin. When it comes to the eyes, skin, there is one more eczema also. Here rhinitis for the nose, throat, thyroid. There are various diseases you must know about it. The hormone produced by testis. So testis produces testosterone, guys. Melatonin by pineal gland. Prolactin for the milk purpose. Insulin, sugar level maintenance. Now we have something called as 1 Newton is equal to 10 to the power of 8. I want you guys to comment me what is that. 10 to the power of 8. Is it eggs? Is it what? So rest all 746 kilo, that is what 1 horsepower. So rest you can see 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. That is the speed of the light. Next from 401 we'll discuss a next topic. I hope this topic is understood by you guys. If you have any queries, you can directly call me on 7667302252. If you want this books, you can call me. Have a good day. Have a great life, guys.